cosmos has never been more fun. Just follow the groove, you'll be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go. Now let's talk quantum, a jump through the space. Set your destination, keep up with the pace. Spool the driver, feel that Now let's talk quantum, a jump through the space. Set your destination, keep up with the pace. Spool the driver, feel that gentle hum. Navigating the cosmos has never been more fun. Just follow the groove, you'll be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go. Watch yourself go. Now let's talk quantum, a jump through the space. Set your destination, keep up with the pace. Spool the driver, feel that gentle hum. Navigating the cosmos has never been more fun. Just follow the groove, you'll be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go. Watch yourself go. Now let's talk quantum, a jump through the space. Set your destination, keep up with the pace. Spool the driver, feel that gentle hum. Navigating the cosmos has never been more fun. Just follow the groove, you'll be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go. Watch yourself go. Now let's talk quantum, a jump through the space. Set your destination, keep up with the pace. Spool the driver, feel that gentle hum. Navigating the cosmos has never been more fun. Just follow the groove, you'll be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go. Watch yourself go. Now let's talk quantum, a jump through the space. Set your destination, keep up with the pace. Spool the driver, feel that gentle hum. Navigating the cosmos has never been more fun. Just follow the groove, you be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go. Watch yourself go. Easy as now. Citizen, take a seat. Got your helmet on tight and your boots on your feet. First things first, let's power up the ship. Don't you worry now, I'll give you the tip. Just follow the groove, you'll be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go. Now let's talk quantum, a jump through the space. Set your destination, keep up with the pace. Spool the driver, feel that gentle hum. Navigating the cosmos has never been more fun. Just follow the groove, you'll be alright. Flying through the stars, shining so bright. It's a step-by-step ride, easy and slow. You're a natural pilot, now watch yourself go.
Right. Thanks for that, Darth. I had a lot of stuff to cover and check before that I forgot completely about the sound. What I said was, welcome. What?
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I know we're good. I just turned all the sound back on. And you interrupted me.
You're welcome. Good start. Good start.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, welcome to Drake's Den. My name is Mormon631. I do have a voice. And Villain has a voice as long as he behaves. So we'll see.
You already turned me down to like 40% on your side.
You're on 80 as long as you don't shout down my ear. Villain has a very loud voice. So what I was saying was as well that this podcast is going to be about the major updates within the game in terms of gameplay and combat, specifically armor and radar, as well as 4.7 and the Rock Cracker missions. And then a little bit about the new player experiences and our thoughts on that. Before we go on to that, how have you guys been this week? And guys in the chat too.
I'll let you go first.
Me?
I'll let you go first. We always go first.
Mormon?
You
yes,
first this time.
Because I do the intro. You're making this awkward, Villain. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna
Just
go
answer the
totally
question.
different. Just busy. There's a lot of stuff come out from 4.7, and there was a lot of good stuff just coming out overall. And it looks like it's the kind of game start shaping up somewhat.
Yes.
Pretty much. You, Maddie?
Well, last week I was sick, so it was, out of commission last week, but this week I've just been working on my game project. Been learning programming a lot, and it's all starting to click now. So I've been building actually some good logic. I've like pickup, drop, throwing logic, and I've been working on the combat logic today.
Okay, that's cool.
Later.
Nice. I've just noticed
Not
that
experimenting.
Dylan's camera is a little away from where I want it to be. So I'm going to be a bit of a perfectionist and just move them over a smidge because I don't like things not lining up. There we go. I feel better about myself now.
Whoa! Nice.
Oh. I mean, I've just made it worse. Hold on.
You made it work. Oh, I see what you mean.
I think there we go.
You got me paying attention to it.
There we go. All right. Sorry, I've just been playing around with the setup today for the stream.
What about you, Mormon? How was your week?
My week's been okay. I've been very, very busy with just kind of testing the PTU, looking at the Rock Cracker mission, which I was able to do a full run through, which was really good. It's an amazing mission. However, my experience of it, particularly in Evo, was very rough, and so I've not had the enjoyment of the mission yet. Just the pain of being an early player of the mission. But once it's all smoothed out, ready for live, I think it's going to be a great mission for doing a mining op as an org. You know, getting an Idris, getting 4 pioneers and 4 ground crews, dropping them off at each rock cracker station, and then just kind of, you know, picking them up as they finish the rock cracker, so we can kind of gather resources quickly. I think that there's a lot of opportunity there, so it's been nice to see that unfold and the quality get better as time goes on. So that's kind of been my week, to be honest, mostly just exploring that.
Yeah, I've seen yesterday you showed he finally managed to turn on the laser. It was pretty good.
Yes, yeah. I do actually have a 10-minute video clip that we can go through, just see what kind of steps are involved. I was going to put a map of the facility on the whiteboard that we'll be using today, but I decided against it because I didn't want to ruin it for anyone who's watching. So I'm not going to be revealing the layout. I'm only going to be revealing kind of things that I did to finish the laser. I'm not going to tell you where they are or, you know, things like that. Just kind of what to do, not where to do and where to go. Has anyone else been able to look at the Rock Cracker missions in chat or on YouTube or anything like that? Please let us know your thoughts. But let's get on to the updates. There are a lot of them. I'll bring up the desktop screen. There we go. And if I zoom out, usually we have our little tiles over here where we have all our information. That long black stripe is all the updates that are involved in 4.7. I do believe that there are some duplications and some of it is SCL, but still there's a lot to go through. We don't want to bog ourselves down with every bullet point ever, so we'll try and make an effort to get through it. And if anyone has any thoughts, please share them. We'll keep an eye on the chats. I've got them both up here. So start at the top.
Here we go.
Okay. So, engineering gameplay updates. There's a shield balance update. These challenges should make the shield combat feel more consistent while reinforcing the intended strengths of energy-based loadouts and the targeting shielded opponents. Increased overall shield health across ships, reduced gap between shield variants to make their performance differences less extreme, and energy weapons will now deal increased damage to shields. The armor balance. We are introducing minimum damage requirements to armor. When armor is at full health, certain smaller projectiles will no longer damage the armor, ship hull, or internal components. Once armor has been weakened and reaches a lower health state, they haven't really specified this, but I actually have something prepared to kind of look through this. Smaller caliber weapons will begin to penetrate and deal damage. On top of these, armor will get a general balance pass to take these new changes into account. For example, a Perseus has heavy armor, so small ship weapons won't be able to penetrate it or deal damage. However, once the armor has been weakened, a small ship weapon could then be able to affect the ship. you'll need bigger guns to crack through the shell first. So what are you guys' initial thoughts on that? What are our feelings towards that?
Loving it on my side.
Yeah.
It was
Beautiful
just
perspective, Ellen.
no, finally, it just kind of feels like it has been missing for so long. So I'm just so happy. In concept, how they explain this should be working like beautiful, but I think there's going to be a lot of balancing required to actually make this work how they supposed to intend to work. And I've seen online how looks like when the bullets don't penetrate through and they ricochet from the hull, looks crazy good as well. So yeah, really, really good on my side. You
I
guys?
really like
Yes.
that they're keeping the small ships in mind, you know. I know a lot of those changes were like, oh, small ships aren't going to be able to do anything anymore. You're just going to only need big ships to take out big ships. It's cool that you're seeing this to where like, okay, so you'll need a big ship to come in and weaken it, but then you can have a bunch of small ships after that come in and take in more damage and help out in the fight. So it's like they'll have to lean back for a little bit, but not be out of the fight. Maybe they can just worry off medium fighters and stuff like that.
Well, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
What I was going to say is, I think because the end goal is fleet battles. Really, the end game eventually, when the game comes out, when you have orgs, is going to be fleet battles. And you think about it from a fleet battle perspective, you have large ship, like extra large ships down to extra small ships in a fleet battle. Your extra large ships are going to be your staging grounds with your armor, and they're not going to be, or they're not supposed to be doing all these acrobatic movements around. So the armor makes sense so that the ship can be more stationary and make strategic moves like letting fighters out, letting them in to repair, things like that. And in terms of the armor being damaged, that then brings in the scale of ships. So you're going to have your large ships, which are going to be focusing on either its size and up to damage armor and bring down armor on larger ships, or its size and down to take care of fighters. And then when you start to move down to medium and small ships, you've got your heavy fighters, which are large and light fighters, and also turrets on extra large ships to take those out. And then your light fighters, although they will eventually be able to do damage to extra large ships and large ships, assuming the hull, the armor's been taken down, their role is to take care of heavy fighters and turrets and weak points on large ships and medium ships. So like there's kind of a trade-off between each level of ship that kind of forms from having that armor in place. Does that all make sense?
No, yeah.
So
It's
from
like
a fleet perspective, it's kind of each ship has two sides to its weakness, essentially, and you're kind of fighting each side of it. Sorry, Karen, you want to say something there, Maddie? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, you're good. I get a little excited, so I jumped the gun.
Mhm.
Now, I think it's going to help a lot with the bigger logistic ships too, with this whole new armor touch-up like this armor balance update. Like bigger cargo ships will feel a little bit more tanky instead of feeling like they're going to pop so easy under pressure of like light fighters and stuff like that. I'm not sure how it's all going to work in that sense, but hope ships like the Ironclad and the Reclaimer have more beefier armor on them now, and they can't just get taken out by like a small little fighter ship anymore. They actually need something to punch a hole before they can create damage.
I do have a diagram prepared for armor. I was going to discuss it later, but it might make more sense to do it as we're discussing it now and just kind of explore it as we go. What do you think? And then just kind of make it the whole thing.
Yeah. I just want to say, you might kind of touched on it. The armor makes me look forward more and more towards the release of Ironclad, because it's supposed to have a massive like shielding.
Ironclad is a Sword Art Online villain. Wrong genre.
Shh, detail. No one had that. No one had that.
Okay, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Right, so here's a diagram of how armor is intended to work. I've got the text explanation over here. So first, the shot has to pass through the shields. For laser weapons, shield absorbs 100% of the weapon as it does now, as the shot. So those require shields to be down, whilst ballistics will be reduced by, and this is an ordered reduction, So first, the shot will be reduced by 25% damage, and then the shields will then absorb the remaining amount of damage by 45%, which means at the end of that calculation, only 41% of damage will reach the armor. So it's an ordered percentage. It's not 25 plus 40, it's 25, then 45, and then the remaining amount of damage. Just to clarify that. Second, the remaining shot has its compared armor thresholds, which we'll look at in a moment, for ballistic and or energy. It either passes that check or it doesn't. And then third, if it passes, it then is modified by the armor modifiers, which is minus 15% for ballistics and 30% for energy for all armors for all ships, meaning ballistics deal even less damage. So from the 100 damage from earlier, only 35 damage gets through in total. This is if the shield is up, to clarify that. While energy weapons melt armor if it can get to this step. So if an energy weapon hits the armor, it's doing 130 with the plus 30%.
That's the only bit I'm not big a fan of. That plus 30% of an
I have the
energy.
calculations ready as well, so we can take a little closer look at that.
Cool.
So I will address that. After the armor is depleted, this is more of a question. This is not included in the notes. This is my question that I'm posing, so I can see if there's any advantage to having ballistics, because this is a bit of a nerf. After the armor is depleted, ballistics have greater penetration or precision to components, and lasers do splash damage, ? Is that the difference? Is that where the weakness is? Because that kind of addresses
I think you're
a little bit
accurate on that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're hitting the nail on there.
Right, so here is my visual depiction. So there are 3 assumptions that I'm making here for the explanation. This is not accurate in terms of actual shield values, okay? So assumption number 1 is everything is 1-to-1. Shield, armor, hull, 1000, 1000, 1000, okay? The second assumption is weapons used are equal in performance. And the third assumption is weapon size is assumed adequate in this example. Are you guys comfortable with those assumptions going forward?
Yeah. Makes it easier. Yeah.
So for the laser repeater, assuming every shot deals 100 damage, the 1 per second equals 100 damage per shot. One shot per second, 100 damage per shot, and 10 shots per mag, just to keep everything nice and flat, with a 4-second reload time or recharge time. So with shields up, 100% absorption, no damage pass. Yep. For the ballistic repeater, with essentially the same metrics, there are some behavioral differences I'll address at the end. When it hits the shield, there's a 25% reduction in damage total, and then a 45% absorption of the remaining damage, leaving 41% damage to pass through the shield. At the moment it reaches the armor, there's a 15% further reduction in damage, leaving 35 damage to then be cleared on the threshold. If it passes, then 35 damage hits the armor and depletes the armor health. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's with shields up. So with shields up, it takes 10 seconds for the lasers to deplete the shield, 7.69 seconds for the armor to be depleted based on the 30% buff on the shields, the laser repeater hitting the shield of the armor. Then 10 seconds to deplete the hull health. This is not taking into consideration targeting components. This is just shield, armor, hull. That is a total of 27.69% of fire time. It's 27.69 seconds of fire time, but including recharge, 35.69 seconds, give or take. So 35.69 in total. With shields up on ballistics, for the shield to go down, it's 29.41 seconds and 28.57 seconds for armor simultaneously. Yep. From there, it takes 10 seconds to deplete the hull, and that is 39 seconds in total. I do not have a include recharge time because overheat is dependent on fire discipline. It's not the same as a recharge on a repeater. So this is dependent on kind of how often you stop to deplete your heat buildup. I think depletion of heat buildup is quicker if you stop before overheat as well. So There's maybe an extra 2 seconds in there, maybe an extra 4. So the difference is quite large. So 17.69 total TTK and 39 seconds total TTK. Hello, Jinx. How's it going? We're being all statistical today, so very exciting.
The numbers first.
She loves those parts when we just talk in numbers.
So laser repeaters, shields down, 7.69 armor, 7. Oh, sorry, did I did the comparison wrong. So 39 to 27. So it's about 10 seconds difference.
Which is massive.
But including recharge time, which is important with repeaters, is 35.69 to 39. So the recharge time is what closes the gap. So it brings it closer, but there's still a 3 to 4 second difference, which is not massive, but very noticeable, and not very villain friendly.
So, like, I prefer ballistics, to be fair, right? So maybe I'm not the best person to be,
I've been using
in the middle.
ballistics too.
Yeah,
but it feels like every patch it comes in, it's like, okay, you only fly repeaters, then only ballistics, because they overcorrected. Oh, we need to fix this, and it's back to like laser weapons again, and just keeps on flip-flopping all the time.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can see where the attempts to balance it in this new armor system are. It's not perfect because they're not going to match up. But remember that this example that I'm doing right now is not taking into account variance in fire rate between ballistic and laser repeaters. It's not taking into account different recharge times of different lasers and cannons, and so this is not perfect examples. So there are calculations that I'm not taking into account in this very limited example that may have been done for ballistics in reality. So there's a lot of variables that this example isn't taking into account. This is a very one-to-one example. It's not necessarily 100% accurate.
I had this idea a couple of days ago. I don't know if what you guys think. I was thinking like the only ballistic weapons can penetrate the hull and do the damage to components. But on the other side, we need to give something to lasers, right? So when the armor is down, laser ships, like when you shoot with the lasers, the chance of your ship catching fire just skyrockets. So that's your offset. So laser weapons set the ships on fire, and ballistics go through and damage the components. So I was thinking that would be different in the weapon loadout.
And that would make sense with the laser splash damage, because the plasma doing splash damage within the internals of the ship would cause fires, like logically speaking. Yeah. So that would, And just to mention as well, shields down total time villain is very similar, 21.69 to 21.76. So
So the only thing I've got, I know that energy weapons supposed to shred armor, but it feels plus 30% bonus to it. It feels a lot. Feels a lot.
I agree. According to this example, yes, I agree. But like I said, there's a lot of variables. This isn't gonna take into account. But I do agree that this is gonna take some tweaking.
Yeah.
But in general, are you guys in agreement with how that example plays out?
Yeah, it's a good step forward for them doing it.
Yeah. So
I know for you guys, you two in particular, you guys are very violent in this game and love killing and death.
Excuse me, I am a gentleman.
Whoa.
Yes, the both of you are, man.
I'm a scout. What are you talking about?
And taking my mining ship and going to a pretty planet called Microtech and mining. Relax, relaxation. You guys like death, destruction. How can I destroy this ship and then salvage it for money?
Hey, I
don't see any problem.
I was mining yesterday, Maddie, and I didn't kill anyone apart from all the NPCs that guarded the station. Okay.
That's beautiful to hear.
All right, I mined.
And that's him done for this 2026 year.
Yeah, it's over now. Yeah.
Back to death and destruction.
Okay. But this armor change, is probably one of the few gameplay changes that they've made that is potentially going to drastically change how you play the game.
The way combat
Can't
feels,
wait.
yeah.
You
I'm
can
kind
no
of very
longer,
excited for it.
yeah, you can no longer take a Gladius on a level 6 ghillie mission, for example. You can only take out the 2 Gladius, but not the Andromeda, because the Andromeda's armor will be too thick. There's a little bit more that I've prepared on this as well. Let me just get rid of the Paolo.
See, there was like only one thing they never. I don't know if they mentioned it or I just missed it. What's happening with missiles? When the missile hit, is the same thing, or is the missile got a different rules?
There are some
Because-
missile changes. I think they're on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
So before, the reason that we've been taken out so easily by missiles in the past is because they have quite a wide radius of splash damage, which damages the internals of the ship, which actually I agree with. They should do that. However, maybe
I feel like they
it's
should
just
do
a
that
bit
when you weaken the armor.
yeah, too high at the moment. Maybe they're just doing this as a filler for now. But essentially, they've
Because-
reduced the radius of damage, and it no longer damages internals, it only damages the exterior of the ship.
Because I had a kind of idea. I would like, if you're flying, let's say, Gladius or whatever, right? And you get the Connie, you should still have a small chance maybe to take them out. Like I was thinking, if you hit them with Rattlers and you split to smaller ones, maybe this missile is just designed to strip over the armor from the ships when they hit, and they
Yeah.
don't do a lot of damage to anything, just purely for armor, so then they can penetrate. But the offset is that one, they're gonna need to buy the Rattlers, and two, they've got only like four or six maybe missiles, something like that. So if they flare up and miss, well, that's it. You had your chance, but you fucked it.
Something I was going to
Makes
mention
sense.
before as well is this version of armor is not reflective of where armor will be. Because
Yeah.
right now it is a shell that is affected globally. So if you hit the left side of the shell and weaken the armor, the whole armor is weakened. But when Maelstrom comes in and armor is reflected on physical appearance through Maelstrom, it will be weakened in specific spots, which is where penetration comes in. Because you're not going to be like hitting the right hand side of it and you go, okay, you can hit the other side now, because they're just going to deflect off that side. So in the long term, it is going to be reflective of targeting specific areas and focusing on those continuously. So there are other changes coming in for armor. It's not as simple as it is now. Right, so I have Urkel up, and I have 4 ships prepared. So
Turtle says NPCs are fair game.
yes, yeah.
Well, even
They are fair
NPCs got
game.
families. They've got families and stuff.
Not
They
anymore.
go to. No, well, no, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've cleared out several generations at
They
this
used
point.
to.
Right, so this is Urkel. Let me see if I can get this a bit bigger, make it a bit more visible to the viewers. Okay, can everybody read that?
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So down here, Urkel has a new deflection check section where you can actually look at the deflection. It also tells you the level of deflection a ship has. So deflection on physical ballistics, 24, and deflection on energy is 13. And that is for... Oh, I've zoomed out so far I can't switch ships. That's the Hornet Mark II. So if we go to a bigger ship, let's go to the Perseus first. There's actually something I don't agree with the Perseus comparison to the Hammerhead. I'll get into that in a minute. Get back in. Where's my deflection check gone? What the hell?
Why did you put it?
There it is. So its deflection is 132. I think this is per shot. This is alpha damage. So, and 106 on energy. We click on this. It has an armor health simulation up here. So we can look at how the degradation of armor affects what weapons can penetrate. So these are the ones that have no effect. And these are the ones that damage the armor and reduce it as time goes on. You can also filter it by weapon type. But essentially, if you look on the right-hand side, there are some size 2 weapons and some size 3 weapons. Which I actually like this, by the way, because it means you can up punch a little bit. I do agree that some weapons of a lower class should be specialized enough to get through armor. But maybe this is a bit much. Maybe this is a bit too low level. maybe not size
Like,
2.
Size
Yeah.
2, yeah, that's where I was like, size 2 is a bit small.
Yeah.
But
as you damage, say you've got yourself a Guardian. The Guardian comes in to damage the hull. You bring it down to 50% health. The list for guns that can get through now increases by a large amount. So this is really cool to see. This is nice.
Yes.
There's a lot more size 3 and size 2 weapons available on this side. So this is kind of how it's going to work. So you've got your Guardian. I send Villain in with his Guardian and say, Villain, I've only got this. I don't think I'm going to be able to penetrate the shields. Can you please weaken, assuming Maelstrom's in, please weaken the back end so I can target the quantum drive so they can't run away. Villain comes in and I need to use my size 3 laser repeater. Let's say that one there. Oh, that's the MDB. Okay, just for argument's sake. Just to keep it on screen. MDB 30. So Villain would have to reduce the health of the ship by
Pew pew.
21%. That's quite low, actually. That's a lot less than I expected.
I was thinking,
balance, for sure.
I was thinking like in my head when I was thinking about this, from size you would need to use size 5s. I was thinking and get the 50 or 60% armor. That's why I was thinking it should be more or less before size 4s can start working.
I think size 4s in general can damage a Perseus.
Not Gatlings or repeaters.
Yeah, so ballistic cannons, size 1s. Size 1 ballistic cannons can damage the Perseus. I don't know about that. Size 4. Gatlings. Size 6, size 5, size 6. Okay, yeah. Repeaters. No repeaters, apparently. No ballistic repeaters can get through. Ballistic scatterguns. All ballistic scatterguns can get through. Laser cannons.
Yeah.
You've got size 3s and size 2s in there, which... Oh, and a size 1. Okay. Some of this is a little bit questionable. Laser
It's
Gatling.
probably the balancing and tweaking that needs to be done after like it goes live and everybody starts fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like this comes to like anything that's to do with combat without play test and iteration constantly going back and forth for a while. You're not going to get that good medium. You're never going to get it right off the bat. You know, they can't release something that has like changes like this and they're going to get the perfect balance or the perfect value set. It's going to need us to go in there and play test it and see how it feels. Especially when you have a live service game like this, you know, you want to make sure it's tuned towards the generalized player base.
Yeah, so cannons at lower levels I can understand because they're designed to punch up and they do a lot of damage. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's just the repeaters that I have an issue with. If you look at the laser repeaters, you've got some size 2s, size 3s.
Yeah, I saw that. They had like some very small ones.
These are attritions, which are very slow firing, kind of half and half. They're like half laser, half cannon, kind of how they work. So I think you could probably argue that that's okay, but maybe he's kind of teetering on the edge of okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it's good to see, and this mechanic here, although I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it gives you a nice depiction of kind of how it would work. But I think 20% is quite a low percentage to bring it down the levels that it's doing there, you know?
You know, the one thing no one mentioned or checked online that I saw, what's with distortion weapons? Do all the weapons distortion goes through, or how do they work? Because if distortion, all the weapons of distortion goes through, that might be a new meta thing for the bigger ship. You just, turn them off and board them.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing because really...
No, yeah, I'm not saying.
In the long run, that's kind of what you want players to be doing. You want them to be disabling ships and engaging with each other on boarding missions and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't see where are. I don't think distortions are on here. To be honest,
No, they're not. They only have weapons, like actual weapons.
Yeah.
I guess they haven't changed that yet. I might.
Yeah, they
that
should
that
do
might be
something.
waiting for charge and drain, because charge and drain is
Yeah.
directly
I
related
mean,
to
maybe
it.
right. Yeah.
Now my
It
issue
would be cool. Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. I've been nattering on forever. You can speak.
No. When you go,
so
you're on the roll.
my issue with the Perseus versus Hammerhead. So you've got 132 and 106 on the Perseus. And then on the Hammerhead, it's 152 for ballistics and 101 for energy. I would have thought the Perseus would, with its heavy armor, would be higher than the Hammerhead in both regards, as the Hammerhead specifically is built to defend against fighters.
Hmm.
I can understand that the ballistic deflection is higher, or higher than the energy for the Hammerhead, because it's going to be defending against fighters that likely have ballistic loadouts. But the Perseus, I think that should be higher in both regards, because it's got heavy armor, whereas the Hammerhead, I'm not sure
Maybe
how
they
much heavy armor that has.
Yeah, maybe they just changed the lore on the Hammerhead, and they say it's got the heavy armor as well,
No,
as
it's
being
As
as
CIG
being
does.
yeah. They do that all the time, so I would
Yeah.
not be surprised.
Oh,
But to be fair, it's
Vandal carry their
Drake's
babies
got
on
that
their
power.
chins now.
Oh yeah,
Drake's
I
got
remember
better
that.
steel.
Yeah, they mentioned it before.
Yeah. Right.
Drake
Okay.
broke into some new steel technology for armor plating.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything to add on this, or do you want to look at any other ships that you're curious about?
No, I'm going to
Uh,
experiment when it comes out with a lot of
Okay.
the ships that I use. It's
just
going to be
just
my
go for
journey onto it.
just go for the big bad Idris.
The big bat, yeah. Actually, yes, you're absolutely right,
To
Phil.
see what we actually can do with that.
Yes.
Idris M or P?
I'm
There are some
curious.
differences.
Just go with the biggest thing.
Which one do you have?
I have the P.
And there you go.
So deflection is
compare the
173 for
Okay.
physical, and 139 for deflection energy. I don't think these statistics. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they said it was uniform the reduction and buff of energy damage, but this isn't reflecting that here. 19 and 21 rather than 15 and 35 or 30. So that that might not be the truth. It might be that they have different values of reduction and buffing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So deflection check. Oh wow. Okay. That list is longer than I expected.
Damn.
Size 3s.
Wait, like
Am I on the right ship? Did I? Yeah.
Yes.
like what? What? It's the M as well. It's like,
Size 2 cannons. I feel like laser is going to be the new meta again.
yes. Yeah.
I feel like this is it's
Ballistic didn't have even 2 months, and then
Yeah.
it's back to lasers.
I don't know. This needs playing with, clearly, but that's not as good as I was expecting it to be. Okay. Well, yeah. So M is good, but not great. All right.
Oh, thank God! I thought some good ship would be actually changed.
Yeah, exactly.
He said some good shit.
Right. Let's get back to our list. So there are some life support adjustments, which is going to be very, very important. So basically,
Yes.
it's going to increase the cost to maintain the atmosphere. So that's pips and energy
Yes.
consumption. Reduce the exchange rate between life support systems and rooms. Reduce the exchange rates between connected rooms. So there's going to be a bit of a delay between opening a door and letting the room gather in. So more considered decisions when opening the back door of your Hermes, for
Villain.
example.
Villain.
Open
what
all
this
doors.
means? No,
Done.
no, villain. You know what this means. You got to be more responsible
Open
with
all
how we use
doors
the
in his
door.
face.
You're gonna burn through everybody's life support generator.
Yeah.
See, I would. This is good. This is good step forward. But I think it's gonna be better and more impactful when our suit's gonna hold less oxygen.
Yeah.
Well, there's something in here
that's-
that touches on that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life support generators will also now take longer to refill rooms and perform heat exchange. And that, I believe that's just the temperature of the room balancing out between two rooms. That's not necessarily saying the life support system will heat up quicker, although it probably will, given that it's using more power to generate the life support. Now,
Maybe
radar.
You can make like the back doors of ships get cold back there now if you leave the back door open, because sometimes you just run up your ramp to like fix your temperature
shields
on your
will
suit.
reduce damage as well, man. We've got someone, Derek's in YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Comments.
Yeah, we have a quick diagram over here. Basically, the way it's going to work is lasers 100% absorbed by shields, but ballistics, the way it progresses is when it hits the shields, the reductions and absorption brings it down to 41 damage out of 100. And when it hits the armor, there's a 15% reduction, so 35 damage. Assuming it passes the damage threshold, it takes off the armor health as 35. In total, with shields up, lasers take about 35.69%, 35.69 seconds, and shields up, ballistics takes about 39. Shields down, lasers take 21.69, and ballistics take 21.76. These calculations are using very rounded figures. One shot per second at 100 damage per shot, and 10 shots per magazine with a 4-second reload time. So that's just, yeah. So there's going to be a little bit of difference between lasers and repeaters. Lasers are looking pretty strong right now in this example, but there are other variables that we haven't taken into account. So just test it at your own cognizance as well and see how it works out for you.
Yes, we need to shoot more ships in the verse when it comes out.
Just shoot more
just
players.
Random people.
Shoot more
just
players.
Random. Flying
And
in, flying out, and just mow them down.
Fudge around and find out, basically.
If they say they're not violent.
Yes.
So, massive change to radars. Although, not as much as... massive change to radars, but the levels at which pip arrangement in the radar doesn't have a massive effect on distance. I'll explain that in a second. So, power and aim assist. Assigned power now directly affects aim assist range. This applies to both weapon aim assist and ESP. For example, assigning 2 points to your S1 radar would set aim assist to 910 meters, while assigning 5 points would increase to 1,105 meters. So the actual range difference is quite low, and the actual range at which you would need to engage in combat effectively has been reduced significantly for smaller ships. Which again is good balance for fleet battles.
Yep.
Because your small ships can't get close enough to attack an Idris without being killed. Because an Idris's range will be far greater. So that is good balancing. Again, not perfect. It will need to be adjusted.
And
heavily.
Just one thing on the Idris as well, because railgun of Idris got like a range of 5 kilometers. But if you cannot target someone and you don't have a pip that far, you cannot shoot them across the map. So you need to get closer as well. So it's a good change.
You may need an engineer dedicated to power management.
Yeah.
So that if you need a boost in radar for a few seconds to make a shot, they would bring you that bring that power into the radar. Maybe reduce your weapon power temporarily, just so you can get one shot off at range, and then balance them back out. Sorry, go ahead, Maddie.
No, that's where I see people specializing in making custom presets for like every type of ship, because you know every ship performs differently and every ship has a different amount of pip usage. So like when you're in the engineering terminal, you can make custom layouts for how your pips are adjusted, like more to weapons, more to shields, more to radar, or maybe you're not using radar or something like that. You can make these layouts, and I feel like that's where like engineers would probably be there switching between those. Oh, go to shield mode or go to full power mode, like Villain's favorite.
Yeah. I think
I don't know.
I was going to say, I think this radar change is going to add a bit more decision making to combat.
Complexity. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
maybe not right away, and maybe not as drastically as it will in the future, but definitely some considerations to make, and it might make it a little bit harder at first, especially when it brings the range of combat much more intimately and closer. Because that's like heavy fighters will have longer distance than light fighters. So light fighters
Mhm.
will have to get closer to heavy fighters. No more dragging back, Villain. You'll have to get close now.
Why me? Why are you picking up with me?
Pretty.
The only thing I'm kind of somewhat worried about this, because like if you're in a small fighter, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you technically, if you would be able still to do damage, so you can put maximum to your radar and reduce your shields, because you don't tend to get hit anyway from longer distances. So I don't know how they're gonna balance it. We'll see, but that's the only
That's the
thing, because
thing.
if
It's the give or
if
take,
you
though.
don't get hit, you don't need that much power into shields.
They could introduce
Uh,
conversion time.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
So
That is true.
maybe when you convert your power from radar to shields, it takes time for the system to divert it. Maybe even like
Or
just a second or 2 second delay, maybe.
or just reduce the range of locking and seeing stuff on smaller radars, basically. So you just reduce the range. Instead of 2 or 3 kilometers out, you've got like a 1 kilometer out to have a pip on.
And this is not currently taking into effect that they're bringing more types of radars in from manufacturers, and also not taking into account that there are going to be specializations, which I don't think are in the game yet. You got explorers versus scouts versus combat. So there is so much to take into account, and the game is so complex in concept that it's so hard to tell where this is going to go in the long run. But it's definitely a good sign and a big step in the right direction. So let's just finish off this list through the radar section. Precision targeting. Sub-targets are now visible during precision targeting when you are within meaningful assist range. Stronger radar power helps maintain that range, making precision targeting more reliable during combat. One note, which would be a concern to most people, is the aim assist is referring to both manual shots with the pip and your green circle that you aim at people. It affects both. And also, your aim assist will maintain its power for, I think, 5 seconds after disengaging from the correct range. So it's not going to be immediate every time you're out of range. That would be really irritating. So as long as you get back within that, the example that was used, within that 1,105 meters, within that 5 second, I think it's 5 seconds, within that 5 second window, your ship will maintain its aim assist within that time. So it's not going to disengage every time you go one meter out of range, which is good. It's a nice consideration. I do think they need to shorten that time a little bit, though. Cross-section detection. Cross-section signatures are no longer passively detectable. They are now only detected through active pinging with your scanner. This change opens the door to full stealth-focused builds. Like it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So new radar items. New radar components have been created and are planned to become available through in-game shops, missions, and potentially crafting. The manufacturers are Basilisk, CHCO, Garuda, Gorenberg, Navigante, and Wheelon, offering new ship radars. We don't have the stats for those at the moment. But the variety is definitely welcome. What are you guys?
Yeah.
What are you guys expecting from different brands? And do you think we'll have any kind of specialization yet?
I do.
That's go for it. You first.
Well, I do. I feel like that's the direction they're going with a lot of things. Making either a class or a specialization class type deal. That's like what they're fitting everything from ships to armors and weapons and gear, everything we see. And I feel like they're going to do the same thing with the radar items, and I can see them making like fighter, stealth, explorer, industrial type of radar, things that specialize towards those different gameplay loops. Just so
Yeah.
it ties into when you're going and buying or you're trying to craft something, it's still going towards your gameplay loop that you like to play.
That's good.
It's not like, oh, you only have to buy a combat radar because that's the only thing that they have.
Like a general radar where everything's like meh but working, it
Mhm.
would be good as well.
Yeah.
So it just
Mm.
has general
Drake
flat numbers across the board.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. So from what I want to see from this, so ships like Hornet Ghost or something. So I've got like those specific ships with radars, like I don't know, Terrapin and Cataract something, a Tumbler or something.
Mhm.
So they should be like they should have like specific bigger sizes of scanners. I think they should be just way better than just standard off the shelf kind of thing.
Yeah, well, long range scanning is planned, and those kind of ships, the Rambler, the Terrapin, the Carrack, are designed for that gameplay loop. So I think their radars are either going to be bespoke, or there will be radars that are specifically designed for explorer ships that other ships maybe can't accept. It's a specialized radar.
Yeah.
So
That'll be cool.
it'd be good to see that kind of thing. Just as a radar for an Eclipse will probably work differently than other ships.
Yeah, so how I was thinking, right? Because now to have a see the cross section, you need to ping, right, to see it. So if they further out, it's harder to spot them. That's one thing. And the other thing, I thought would good balancing things when you instead of everyone just keep on spamming ping, because to balance this would be the best way. If you ping, not enough, it just your EM emission doubles or something for like a split second, so people can see
Exactly.
you from further out. So instead of you just keep on spamming all the time you can see you, those ships maybe have got reduced emissions or when you ping, so they just can do that kind of thing all the time, just to like make them a little bit stand out from basics.
What I'm
Yeah,
also
so they're
hoping
not like
for,
that class.
what I'm also hoping for in stealth gameplay is being able to obscure your signature through like things like low flight behind mountains. Because if cross-section signatures are undetectable by ping and you're behind a mountain, but the ping still detects you, that's not right.
Exactly, because
So
I think at the beginning
an
will.
asteroid field to block yourself if someone could just
Mm.
ping you and still know, like, oh look, he's behind all these asteroids over here,
Yeah.
then you can't lose him through an asteroid field. I hope with that cross section that is a thing too. I was curious about that.
That would be amazing.
It would make more sense because that would make stealth extremely viable. And like maybe hiding behind an asteroid would mask your cross-sectional signature and reduce other signatures. It's like it doesn't completely just, your EM signature and your IR signature doesn't disappear, but it reduces because it's obscured by this massive rock. And depending on how large the rock is, depends on how much it obscures it. And that further brings you into kind of ambush territory and things like that.
I would love that, man.
You know what I mean? So
cool.
there's options for staging combat as well. So if we know that an org transports their cargo through a specific asteroid field or mines in a specific asteroid field at a certain weekend, we could set up an ambush and hide ships amongst the asteroids and then strike when they're at the optimal fullness of materials. I mean, honorably take their cargo.
one of the founders of the Jackals. We're not saying that that's what we like to do or that we do. We're just giving an example.
Let the record show
Already
that
got
Maddie just a
yeah.
doo-doo.
Yeah.
Doo-doo.
I already got in my head stealth javelin build.
Stealth
javelin.
javelin.
Yeah.
Dreaming.
You just
Right.
sneak in, no one's gonna see you.
We should probably move along. There's a lot to get through. How far have we even got
Yeah.
through this list? Not far. We need to.
We're there. We're
Yeah,
almost there,
speed
man.
run.
Don't
We
worry,
need to
don't worry,
speed
don't
up.
worry.
We need to speed up. Right. So they've improved reliability around cave scanning. That's just can you find the material you want, which is great.
Yeah.
Salvage contract improvements. Basically, most of the ships in salvage will now be gold standard, meaning you can loot their components, and there'll be more variety. Missile balance changes. This is what we discussed before. I will read this one in more detail because I'm not confident that everything I said is 100% accurate. So, so missile explosions will no longer damage internal components inside a ship. Previously, anything with an explosion radius could take damage, including modules and internal systems located inside the hull. Because of this, explosion radii had to remain very small to prevent ships from being destroyed in a single hit. With internal damage removed, missiles can now be balanced more naturally around their explosion radiuses. The new balance gives players a clearer choice in how they want their missiles to behave. Direct, high damage with a smaller explosion radius. Area, lower damage with a larger explosion radius. Damage values are also being adjusted, but overall balance should remain familiar. Specific values will shift slightly along the existing curve. These adjustments also apply to ground vehicles. Now, this is great, but I'm not sure exactly what this part means because I don't really dabble that much in missiles. I very rarely use them. I'm more of a, I'm going to pick that ship apart engine by engine kind of guy, which Villain experienced recently.
The direct. Maybe I can touch into that a little bit. The direct, from how I read it, certain missiles with like, I feel like rattlers, since they have those very small explosion radiuses, they're going to do like really good damage in a sense. At least that's the way I'm taking it. And then lower damage with a larger explosion radius. So like a bigger bomb. But that's for the area.
Well, I know what they mean by I can read it. I'm more talking about the individual missile choices. I don't know
I'm kind of,
where those differences would lie. Is what I mean.
I'm just I see what you're saying. I think it's gonna be just the size of the area. So like you're gonna have something like large damage, but very small for small fighters because they tend to like bank fast.
Are there any missiles that have those differences between each missile? Like,
yes.
Let's take two same size missiles, a size 5 and a size 5. Are there missiles that you can say, oh, this one does a wide spread of damage at low damage, and this one does high damage at small radius? That's what I'm asking. Are there missiles where there are differentiations between them like that?
At the moment, the biggest ones are the damage and speed of the missile itself. I think that's when they differentiate them at the moment.
So maybe this is changes to come. Sorry, go ahead, Maddie.
Yeah, it's also distance too. Like some of them pick up like off of the IR instead of the other admission. I always forget.
At the locks, yeah.
You've got EM, IR, and cross-section missiles currently.
And,
EM are the most reliable, just because they're so hard for people to shake.
And there's that's where I'm like they're different when it comes to that type. When you're looking in your missiles, the ER, IR, and the other one, I just forgot it again.
Cross-section.
Yeah, the cross-section.
Dumpy missiles. They go for that dump, Remember it like that. Big booty missiles, Missiles. I have an H in there. There's no H in missiles.
There is something in here for you, Villain, that they talked about. It's the next topic.
Oh, he knows. I told him. He's aware. He knows. Right, very quickly, doors and ramps. Basically, they were very low health before. They've just raised that up to make them more resistant to missiles because they were just open at the beginning of any fight that you have. So a lot of them were really out of date and not really tuned, so they've done that now.
I'm pretty sure they just watch us and was like, oh, Vinland likes this. Let's take away next patch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, you're still going to be able to get in. They're still open under sustained fire. You might need to use a ship to get through quicker, but you can still do it.
At least they're giving you one of your weapons.
So, the Rock Breaker mission. There are shared and
Beautiful.
exclusive. So shared means that you could encounter other groups, and they are potentially PvP. Although I would hope, given the type of people that will engage with this mission for the most part will be miners, you'll probably have a 50-50 shot at meeting friendly people. And it is shared to up to 5 parties. So 5 groups of people. So it's nice there's a limit.
I'm killing anyone there I see.
I will say, because crafting is coming in, no one's going to be friendly with mining, because mining is going to be like the valuablest thing to do to craft. And probably all the juicy materials are going to be in this Rock Breaker event for like a lot of crafting type of things. So I could see a bunch of people ripping each other's heads off.
Me and Villain discussed this yesterday, actually. Crafting is going to not force, but really encourage all types of people to engage with all types of gameplay. It's essentially the glue that brings the gameplay loops together. I do hope there are other linking factors, and I think that, there are already. But crafting is definitely one of them, if not the one. Because crafting is inextricably linked to base building. So base building and crafting are just that glue, and that's what's going to bring all types of players together. So on that note, I agree with Maddie. It's probably going to be a lot more PvP than in the past for crafting materials.
Not enough you taking all the goodies mineable from them, you stealing their ship and salvaging that, and all of their gear.
Exactly.
You win twice.
But this
you
is
can
why
dismantle people's gear now.
But this is why it's good that they've added the option to take an exclusive mission, because not everyone who plays Star Citizen is a twitchy COD player that's come over, or and I think that the amount of people that are COD players is very low, but not everyone wants to have a PvP fight. So
I'm kind of curious how the exclusive rights is going to work.
Like, right now,
how is it going to be exclusive?
It's limited. They're very limited, the exclusive ones, because it's based on physical locations. It's not yet instanced. So it literally is exclusive rights that you're the only one that gets that mission. However, on the rare occasion that this can happen, someone could do their exclusive rights mission, finish it, and then camp out.
Yeah. So basically, you're not going to get marker to get there unless you take the mission to get there. And there's no other way to get in there.
Jinx, I've said this before, and I will say it again. I am not a murder hobo. I am a murder connoisseur. There's a difference. Okay? I have honor. In that I like
if it sounds like a duck and looks like a duck, you know what I mean?
It's a machine gun.
It's right. I don't actually engage with that much PvP. Everyone rags on me for it. I really don't. So it's just
I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Not that you say that. It's usually like me that, hey, I took a bounty, guys, come get him.
Yeah.
No. Like last time it was you. Oh, guys, they killed me in the Hatter here. Can you all come in and save my ass?
And you did. You flew in. I think I have that video, and you just lit them on fire.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to look at a video of the Rock Breaker a bit later. Let me just see, because a lot of this might repeat. It does, yeah.
We just got some new weapons.
Okay, let's just cover this section very quickly. So this is from Star Citizen Live. Anyone who wants to look at this in more detail, just look on the Star Citizen's official YouTube page. We're just very conscious of time at the moment. So new weapons coming: crossbow, lever action rifle, medgun pistol. Okay.
And new grenade types.
New grenade types. Additional weapons inspired by real-world designs adapted to Star Citizen. So new weapons, wonderful. Wear and
I
tear.
thought it was.
Sorry, go ahead, Willem.
I thought it was the lever action was not rifle; it's a railgun rifle or something.
We will see.
Possibly, we'll see.
Yeah, we got wear and
they
tear
hinted
coming.
at it because they had a railway next to
Yeah.
a gun over a planet. So you know, weapon wear and tear is in Squadron and will be coming over. Not necessarily this year. Environmental traversal. So they're going to be able to make more things climbable. So it's going to add some verticality. Swimming's already in Squadron 42, and they will be bringing that over. The issues with bringing these gameplay loops over is single player versus multiplayer. So it's a bit different. Go ahead, Villain. You're going to say something.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying when I was watching this yesterday, and they wanted to differentiate the light, medium, and heavy armor. So I was thinking one big thing they could do, like heavy armor, they cannot jump, and the light armor can climb quite easy on, like, to get the vantage positions, and the heavy armor just can jump a little bit.
Yeah, they did address that actually.
Did they?
Yeah, they were talking about weight. So right now, if you take your legs off on a heavy armor, you can run as fast as as you want. It's stupid, but in reality, obviously, just because you took the legs off doesn't make you lighter in terms of what you're carrying on your legs. So you just kind of crumple underneath the weight. So they will be taking weight's already in the game, but they're planning to add realistic weight, which will likely include how agile you are, because you can already jump less in heavy armor, right?
Yeah.
The idea is that heavy armor has an exoskeleton in it that supports the weight. So I still think you'll be able to jump like you can now, but not very high.
Yeah, because I was when they start building the points of interest and stuff like that, and you go in 3-4 people group, they should design it that you want kind of heavy, light, and medium kind of thing. So they all have got, this guy can only climb there, maybe do the switch. So the next guy maybe takes, I don't know, heat blast or something to go, to open the next or something like that. So they all need it. So not everyone goes in the heavy armor all the time.
Yeah. Well,
they
could definitely be tighter spaces that might not be suitable for heavy armor. Go ahead, Maddie.
Yeah.
No, I was saying they did touch on a lot of aspects and how they're specializing and making different classes for armors and how they're going to have different aspects for things. It's a little bit more down the list. So as we go down, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do it now, but yeah, it's getting interesting how they're really thinking of armor. And like the talks we've had before about it and how we speculated, it's actually kind of coming true in that sense. So it's good to see that they're on the same thought process.
What I really appreciate about CIG, although they are extremely slow at developing the game, and that's not a dig, it's just because of the nature of the game, they do consider things that other developers aren't able to in the time that they're given. So for example, moving down slightly, because the boom tube it does a lot of damage. Why? And down states, you will be able to revive yourself with very expensive, very specialized med pens. That's all that's there, really.
Oh, you'll be able to crawl when you're incapacitated. That's the only cool thing about it.
Yeah. So, one really cool thing is about the types of clothing, types of armor, starware, and how that will affect gameplay, and the way that they consider the use of normal clothing. So normal clothing doesn't necessarily have no armor. It really depends on the visuals. If it looks like it has armor, it will. You can mix clothing and armor together. There will be places in the verse that you can't wear armor, or you need a certain amount of rep in order to be trusted to wear armor and weapons, which is where clothing with concealed weapon holsters come into play. And being able to walk into landing zones to do bounties, or illegally enter a landing zone with a weapon equipped, which is where more murder will ensue, Jinx, that I definitely won't partake in. But it adds more dimensionality that other games just don't have the time to implement, or maybe even don't think of doing.
Yep. So
Go
I'm
ahead,
glad
Villain.
they're going in that direction. What did you want to say, Villain?
No,
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, when you're gonna go into normal clothes and they have a weapon, so instead of shooting them, you just shiv them, because that's the only thing you're gonna have.
And shivs are in the game, so that's a
Yeah.
thing. You can do that.
Guess so, yeah.
Why not?
We're not all murder hobos,
Yeah, we are.
just Maddie and Mormon.
Maddie's never murdered anyone except himself when he flies into a planet surface.
I don't fly into planet surface. They fly into me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the orbits. Yeah, got you.
What
armor will-
the?
Weather, man. It's the damn weather on some of these planets. You know it. Sometimes they smack you into the floor.
Yeah, well, Villain gets
I'm the
murdered and
murderess.
he's a hobo, so
Oh wow!
I'm
You
gonna
guys
go
were mean.
scout. We all know he's gonna die, and we're gonna have to go pick him up.
I'm scouting.
you're the
Sometimes
king of
shit
the murder
happens
hobo.
on the scouting.
Yeah, scouting is from a distance. You go in the middle of a base, and you're like, "Oh, there's people here," and then you die. That's your version of scouting.
No, I was just, hi guys, what you doing? And they start shooting at me for no reason.
You were talking with the
No
gun
reason.
again, weren't you?
But I put my messages on the bullets.
Yeah, of course. Right, so armors will affect the FPS radar. Some armors, there'll be a general group of armors that will have very similar features in terms of scanning. And then there will be specialized armors that will have different varieties of scanning. So this is like med armor. You'll be able to pick up damaged people from further away. You'll be able to see health, bodily damage, and as they expand the gameplay, other things as well. Versus combat armor specifically, we'll be able to detect if you're further away, maybe identify weapons, that kind of thing. There'll be very specialized armors for radar,
looking
for
forward.
EVA, and things like that. So,
You know what I liked
Mhm.
that I read? Explorer armor.
yeah.
Explorer armor is the jack of all trade armor. That's literally how they described it. It's literally our armor.
So Maddie's
I'm
armor.
taking
armor,
super
for
heavy, a minigun, and just go
He
around
saw
and just-
super heavy. He's like, I'm gonna be super heavy.
gonna-
All right, we'll see you 2 hours later.
Yeah. We'll
gonna
all
be
be like
cutting
done
them
with the
down.
mission, and Villain will be right. I'm ready to fight. Villain, it's over. They're done. They're dead.
Oh,
Where have you been?
You prefer me in super heavy or scouting? I can go scouting instead.
Scouting, yeah.
Yeah, go scout in
See?
super heavy armor. You'll be safe that way. We'll have to wait for like 3 hours while you get to the facility to
You guys
scout.
are
Explorer armor is
mean.
gonna be so badass. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
You
I
got
think it's gonna be
flight.
something like ICT. So
Okay, so you got flight suits with better G-force resistance, combat flight suits that have EVA capability, with reduced G-force resistance. You got the Apex Valakar, which is actively being worked on. I don't think that what's his face is Zach Priest is involved in that anymore, which is good because apparently he was dipping his toes in every gameplay loop in the game, which is probably not the best. The med gun needs balancing because, like they stated on SEL, it's overpowered. It basically eliminates the need for medical specialized people. We also spoke about this in the past where we spoke about how rather than just having like an auto mode, maybe the med gun isn't OP or underpowered, but you have to have specific armor that interacts with features of the med gun. And maybe you don't have access to those if you're not wearing the right armor.
yeah.
Yeah.
With
That
a
kind of thing.
backpack, yeah, that would be cool.
Um,
I'm just looking forward to the pistol, the med pistol I mentioned before. So I'm thinking it's just gonna be like a med gun. Maybe you load in one of those pens in and shoot from
Just a-
distance to pick them up.
a heroin syringe gun, basically.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. Oh, it's the Metal Gear Solid pistol. Yeah.
Why is the sky painted? it's basically just hallucinating. Better PvEP PvEVP locations. So there was some criticism around the locations not necessarily being curated the best for PvP. I don't necessarily agree with that completely. I think maybe that's more in relation to the older locations, because the newer ones are definitely better.
Yeah, I
They
think
are.
it's to do with contested zones, because if you hold out a corridor, there's no way in to go around. So if they're holding down, you cannot do anything. You need to fight, so you cannot flank them anyway.
Yeah,
I think that's what they
fair.
meant.
Okay. And then there's FPS gadgets. We'll be getting a area of denial grenade this year. The other ones are a little bit more in the air. But we've got breaching charges, deployable shields, and more gadgets to come in the future.
Deployable shields.
And the thing is, we do already have an Oxy cutter. I just don't think it's got the attention it deserves.
Mhm.
You know, like you should be able to cut doors open with that and it look cool. Right now, it's just a beam that you shoot at the door, and no one uses them. It's in the game, but no one uses them. We've already discussed Starware. They mentioned some of the advantages between wearing armor and clothes, which is sound, weight, and movement. Most armor in the game right now is assault armor. They will be exploring stealth armor, hunter armor. These are the specializations that we mentioned before. Engineering armor will allow players to view health of components, things like that. Resource specialist armor. I didn't actually hear this one. Resource-focused players, such as miners and salvagers, will benefit from armor that improves resource scanning.
A
Pretty
little
cool.
bit more to it too.
So I'm thinking, like, if you are a salvager and you find a weapon, like a maybe ship weapon or something on the ground, you can see maybe the damage, maybe quality of it, that kind of thing. The same like miners for the minables.
Yeah. So it says detecting resources more easily, send scanning pings, gather detailed information about nearby rocks and mining opportunities. So, yeah. There's the
Yeah, you can
Explorer
send
armor.
scanning pings and you can gather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
Explorer armor is my favorite.
Did you realize as you were reading that I
Yes.
just read it?
My brain had to catch up, boys. I went to sleep at like 4 o'clock this morning, my time. And I
All
woke
right.
up really early.
So you've got Explorer armor, and then you've got these, which are more around your environments.
What I like that they said
cool.
for Explorer armor, it's going to provide good environmental resistance, resource scanning capabilities, a combat crosshair, and broad scanning tools. So I'm very interested, and that's why they said this is going to act as the jack of all trades and suitable for players exploring unknown areas. I'm very curious about that scanning tools and what they mean. Is it going to have like some of the engineering, some of the resource specialist armor scanning abilities? Maybe some medical a little bit for certain things. That's what I'm really curious about.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it'd be really cool. I think it's going to be a very generalist armor. I don't think it's going to be great at any one thing. It's just going to do everything okay.
Yeah,
That's for me.
That's for you.
and
the personification of mediocrity. Oh yeah.
But
I'm actually, from all of this, I'm really hoping the light armor is going to be actually useful, because at the moment it's very rarely you would put a light armor on.
The advantage of light armor is going to be sound and FPS scanning, kind of dipping FPS scanning and background thing. The reason that no one uses it right now is because it has no benefit.
I use it
other than speed
all the time.
I'm talking generally, Maddie. But yes.
But
yeah.
me.
But you're not general. You're you.
Are you wrong, Maddie? You're wrong.
Gosh, jeez. Super heavy armor will be coming in the future. That will lend itself to significantly more opportunities for specialization. Like one super heavy armor might be almost mechanical, and one could be plating around a soft shell armor. So, there's things you could do with that, and you could start to implement the armor system from ships on armor suits as well. In the reduction of damage based on weapon type and physical damage through Maelstrom. Whether they'll do that, no idea. but still nice to think about.
More icties, basically. I'm thinking that's like in my head.
Yeah, this could relate to more mechs coming in. There's that Titan mech that should be coming in at some point. This, in hindsight, I should have put this first. So, events in the game is Stella Fortuna. There are some racing sets out, some racing challenges. I do have the page up. So let's just quickly cover this. Where did I put it?
Stella Fortuna.
So
Come
this
and
is just
race.
going to be very quick. There's a competition on where I think you film your race and send it in. And then you can win some skins. There's the official fan-funded racing events through esports that you can sign up to if you wanted to get involved in that. In Arena Commander, you can race to earn skins as well. Some of those skins will... Oh, hello. What the hell is going on with my mouse? Look like this. So you've got like a space kitten. This would be one for you, Jinx. This Star Kitten skin here.
Mew, mew.
You can have a pink ship. That'll make you happy. Although it doesn't have your... It doesn't
like
have
that racer ship.
your favorite character theme, like, the purple one. But
I like that yellow one.
this is new.
Pretty cool.
This is a brand new skin. But they're trying to bring racing into the spotlight for St. Patrick's Day or Stella Fortuna this year.
You know what would bring
How much
racing
is that razor
to...
one with the skin?
The Razor. This one.
Yeah.
135. This is a ship. But you probably buy the skin
Oh, it's
separately.
a kit. Yeah, I want
Yeah.
the skins.
Skins are here. You can buy them in a group. £39.80. And then here it is. £7.20.
Okay,
Beautiful.
$9 probably.
Yeah. I think
Like
this one's
that
been
razor
around for a
ship.
while because it's not got the new marker on it. The Origin one is new. The gold one. That's good. And you got the ship skins down here. You don't need to buy the kits if you don't want to buy a kit. So that's good. And then you've got the Stella Fortuna skins, which is just moss green. Not even the right color for St. Patrick's Day, but why not? I don't like these skins at all. I don't know what you guys feel about
Stella
them.
Fortuna, grab a beer.
You guys know, like me and skins.
They're your favorite thing, I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Ah,
So,
the good old Sonic Green.
Rock Breaker. I have a clip of my playthrough of
The
Rock Breaker. It's
Nutcracker.
more like a montage. As I said, I'm not going to over-explain every facet of Rock Breaker, just vague kind of steps that I did, what it kind of looks
Hey.
like. We'll pause and talk about it as we go. If you guys have any questions, tell me to pause.
I do have a question. I thought we agreed on the Nutcracker. What's wrong with you?
Only when
it's
you're
Rock
playing it
Breaker.
with us.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
You never play with us anymore.
I'm sorry. I will.
All right.
Coming up.
Okay. You ready?
Yes. I'm excited.
I threw this together in like 45 minutes last night, so it's not the epitome of editing.
You're gonna make me cry. You're in a prospector. You thought of me.
Yep.
It's beautiful. Oh, look at it. This is so badass.
It's huge. Actually, let me just go back a little bit.
It's like they thought of me when they
I was
made
trying
this.
to pause it there. Did it again. See that there? That's an Idris.
Come
Yeah, they
next
just-
to it.
That's
It's
an
Yeah,
so
Idris.
these-
tiny. That's beautiful. Look at
Thi-
that.
This is a
Wow.
ship that's nearing like 300 meters in length.
We finally have the mother lode of mining rocks.
It's massive. It's huge.
It's beautiful.
So there's 2 platforms at the side. There are 2 exits either side of the rock breaker that you can get into, but this is usually where you'd come in.
Okay.
You got to find these lifts. You've got to kill some people,
Some everyone.
Yeah.
Just go and mow all of them down.
You got doors. Some doors you need to repair the hydraulic valve, and it'll open. You got to go to some are EVA areas. You got to find these capacitors. It's really cool. Like, I've sped this up because I needed to fit it in. You've also got to find this one's important.
Look at this.
So there is a specific mineral that you need at least
4, I think.
12.
So there's minables
12
inside
pieces
that
of.
you have to mine and break.
So there's a
Nice.
mineral called saturite that you need to get, and you need a minimum of 12 to be able to fully complete the rock breaker.
Wait, so is it 12 for one lens or
No, 4 for
how
one
many?
lens. You need 3
Okay, okay.
lenses.
Okay.
Look at that. Oh, finally.
That's
This is gonna
apparite. We
be
don't need
epic.
that. This is the saturite here. Okay. So yeah, you got to collect at least 12 of these. I didn't fully complete Rock Breaker because, quite frankly, at this point, I'd been playing for like 3 hours, and I was just like, "Look, I just want to fire the damn laser. I just want to go. Okay, this is great. Love the mission, but I'm done. I've had my fun."
There's no one left alive on
I'm
the
gonna have
station.
so much
I lost
fun
interest.
doing this.
Okay, so you fill the capacitors, and
Putting in so much content for me. Wow.
you pull the lever, and it does things. So when I first played this, I thought that this was it. This was the area. What I didn't realize is that when you turn the power of the station on, what you're actually turning the power on for is not just the station, but the elevators for the entire ring outside. That code that just showed up, you need that for later. There are 3 codes spread across the station. There's some vertical transit as well. So there's an elevator shaft you can get from the bottom floor to the top. This is really cool as well. This adds a little bit of difference in kind of how you navigate. Lots of different routes you can take.
See, in the future with the armor types, that's where armor types are going to come into play, where you can't be wearing heavy armor to do jumps across like that and stuff
Yeah, it would
like
be
that.
cool, man.
Is this coming through on the sound? There we go. There's no sound on the video. There's just a bit of background music, so it's not just me the whole time. I didn't realize that I hadn't put the media coming through because they would get to see the laser later. There are doors with fuses in. I've already unlocked that one, but you put fuses in. But yeah, so when you put the capacitors in, it unlocks the ring elevator. And I'm not even kidding. This elevator goes around the entire ring, Maddie. Like the whole thing. It's ridiculous.
That is epic.
And I'm sure when you play, this looks so much better.
This is sped up. This is me pacing whilst I'm waiting for this elevator to come. And you can see it just to the top of the screen. It just passed there. You see it coming down. And I'm like, is it coming? Is it coming? There it is. And it just goes around the whole ring on rails. That was sped up times 5, by the way. So
look at this.
So many places to go. So you go to operations first. You've got to reactivate the station by restarting it.
Oh my God.
So you got some space
Bro.
platforms to go to.
This is just for me. Fuck you guys.
Desync is still a problem.
I bet, but I will deal with it. I don't care.
Yeah. Just in the whole
It's
game.
epic, bro.
But the CIG are going to speak to Benoit about that and see what's going on. Well, not CIG. What's his face? Presenter guy. I forgot his name.
Jared.
Yeah. So this is the control room. Oh, we missed it. We're too busy talking. So, it was so quick. There was a button that I pressed there that activated the station. You see the rings lighting up. And then this is the lens. So you put 4 in to create 1 lens, and it looks like kind of like a hydraulic press, and it creates the lens. So it's pretty cool. It's got a whole animation sequence to it.
This is gonna be badass.
Yeah.
I'll probably run this event all the time.
There are 3 lenses. And then there are 4 catalysts that you input. And you can find them in this area, but what CIG have done with all areas. This is really cool. This little monorail that takes you through the area that you've just been in to the storage area, which is pretty cool.
Oh, look at that. Man, they thought of this so much. Oh, it's like
yeah.
a fucking rail.
So the capacitors that I filled earlier, there are 7 capacitors for a 4-slot system. So if for some reason something doesn't spawn, there's extras. And the same thing for this. If you can't find all the catalysts in the area where the catalyst slots are, you go to the storage area where there are many backups. It's pretty cool. So you unlock the system. Again, I'm not showing the whole location because I don't want to spoil the whole thing. You're going to find these capacitors, see the spare ones here. And a really cool thing is these lock directly into the monorail. Like, watch this. Like, so cool. And there's 2 monorails with 2 slots. So you have a team of 4 people. They both need to take the monorail. So you both go on your own
look
routes.
At that.
Both go on your own routes.
They really thought this one through. Man, I can't wait to play this.
Yeah, no, Canonomics, we don't have a new player for 4.7. You know, we just like, it's a part of the stream. We're going to be talking about the experience of new players.
No. This is just new player experience. It was going to be the main topic of the podcast, but there were developments in 4.7. So the focus has turned into this. We'll talk a little bit about the player experience, or maybe move it to the next podcast if we run out of time. But yeah, sorry if that was misleading.
Is that the laser?
But yes, that's how we roll. We just get new players and drop them in the new patch, and off you go.
This is important. Shut up, villain.
Wow.
Right, so you got 2 screens here that show you the completion of all the tasks. Now, on the left screen, there are the refractors, which are stations around the outer ring. I don't know if we skipped past it. Yeah, we did. So this is one of the refractors. So there are 3 codes around the station, 1 for each refractor. And it opens up these metal shells and it brings out this, essentially like a redirection dish, which brings the laser around the whole circumference of the asteroid. So there's 3 of them. Once you've done all 3, and once you've done all the capacitors, all the lenses, all the, everything, you'll be able to check the yield that you'll get from the asteroid, which is really cool. Maybe a bit literal, but it's nice that you can be like, is it worth doing the whole thing, or am I just happy getting however many things, right?
Yeah, you can cut corners if you want to, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So be quiet for this part. This is the laser. This is sped up as well because it takes a while to charge up.
Oh wow, look at that. Yes. More power. Give it them more power.
Little did I know that I was being damaged by the heat the entire time. Luckily, it didn't damage me that much. Yeah.
So right there, it gives you heat damage.
Mm-hmm. So if in a minute I'll look up, you'll see how the laser interacts with the refractor that I activated earlier. There you go.
Yeah, it looks cool.
That's insane. I'm loving that.
And then you actually go in the asteroid with your ship, which they did very explicitly say you could do, but the actual feeling of actually doing it, going in and exploring these areas, is really cool. And the amount of tasks that you complete versus when you activate the machine is reflected in how much of the interior caverns of the asteroid are exposed. So if you only do 20%, you're going to get this tiny little nook that you can enter, mine, and leave. But the more tasks you do, the more of these cavernous areas open up in the asteroid.
Look at that. That's epic. Well, I got a new career to do in Star Citizen. Let's go, boys.
More mining?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is me exiting.
This type of mining. Look at that. That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
The
a nice
only
way
thing
to
I'm
finish
kind of afraid with this, it's gonna be kind of like Onyx facilities. You do it like 2-3 times, and you're like, yeah, I'm kind of done.
Well, this is fueled by
No,
crafting. This is a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this will last a bit longer. Although they do need to make more gameplay loops that include this. What are you talking about, Codenomics? Dropping noobs into the PTU is the best thing for them. You know, let them find their feet quick. You know, swim or drown.
Yeah, that's always like how your parents teach you, throw you in when you cannot swim, and 2 seconds later you swim.
That's how I learned to swim or drown. One of the two. I can't
No,
remember.
you
I blacked
just
out.
swim.
It's
It's 100% guaranteed swim.
Yeah. So the asteroid that you mine is absolutely huge. The gas cloud around the station adds so much atmosphere. The only bad thing, which I did not include in the video because I feel so strongly about it, is they added Valacar onto the asteroid.
The ice spot. Yeah.
Not that I have a problem with the Valacar or the problem with that they're on the station. The reason I have a problem is because I'd rather they just didn't add any animal if they weren't going to add a new one. Or they could have added a more appropriate one, like the Yormandi. Me and Villain talked about this. Like having maybe one Yormandi that kind of is in the, like a little tubular system within the cave, and it pops out and attacks you. And it's kind of like this progressive thing where you're trying to do the rock breaker mission. This Yormandi keeps coming back. And you don't have to kill it, but it keeps coming back and you have to fend it off. That would have been more suitable, that I think, than just bringing more Valacar back, because the Valacar are getting a bit old at this point. You know what I mean? They're a great creature, but don't use the same one over and over again. All right, spread out. If you've not got a load of creatures, I understand, but spread it out a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I feel like once more creatures come in, we'll see that variety touch in different places. I feel like they're just placeholders right now. But I do agree with you.
Just overusing the Valacar. They should have used the Yormandi, I think. Maybe like baby Yormandis as well. That would be nice to see.
Yep.
Yeah, just scale them down. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the rock cracker. Obviously, this isn't going to be super thematic because it's just a montage of stuff. But it is a great mission. The amount of detail that CIG have put into creating it shows, like, when you play it, if you haven't played it yet, you'll see that they've put so much work into it. And when instancing
I see the
comes
level
in,
you can
design
tell
there, man, and
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
impressive. It is impressive. I am impressed.
yeah. So probably the most detailed mission we've ever received, and it gives me a lot of hope for the strike team's missions when we have to bomb the internals of a station. Because if they can do something like this, or I will admit this is a lot more static, there's a lot less fast-paced involvement. But if they can do something this complex, really the strike team mission is less complex than this. So it gives you a lot of hope.
Oh, we think it's less complex. Who knows what's going to be happening
In terms
that
of
station.
programming, I'm sure it has its own issues.
Ah, right, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm talking about like the playthrough. Right, so for the last 25 minutes, unless anyone from chat wants to offer any kind of opinions or thoughts, and Jinx, maybe you, if you have any outsider's point of view on what you just saw, because I'm sure a lot of what we talk about sounds like copium to you. But yes, Maddie is very adorable when he sees something that his eyes like. It's like he's like Gumball, whose eyes are all shiny and tear up. All right, so for the new player experience, I think I'll start this conversation off by just stating that it is extremely limited in terms of actually guiding new players.
But this is a big step forward since, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, they dropped the small tutorial.
Yeah.
Before that, there was nothing.
They had a tutorial in the past, but because of the development of the game, they couldn't keep it in because it was being outdated.
Yay.
So the available tools currently to new players is the guide system, which is an online feature, the Stanton tutorial, which is just the tutorial missions, information pages on the RSI website, like how med gameplay works, things like that, engineering, and they have like a design document. Because everyone loves to read a design document when they're starting a game.
Ooh,
and P2P involvement, which is just orgs. You join an org and someone shows you the ropes, which I think right now is probably the best way of learning anyway.
Yep.
I do have this up here. So this is the welcome hub. You go into support, go to the welcome hub, and it comes up with this screen. And it gives you 3 options to learn the game. As an introduction video, there's play, and it says download the game, request a guide, and play with the guide, which is pretty cool, I think. Maybe not the best implemented system, but pretty cool. This will be implemented into the social tools, though, when they come out. Then it has a watch, and it's hilarious because it's pretty much explicitly admitting that they don't have any tutorial videos, and they refer you to all the YouTubers guides. So that's quite funny. And then there's the read option,
STAR-CXVZ,
which is as it sounds. You have some sections that you can just have a quick read of, and it tells you kind of what your first experience will be like in the game. These ones are less offensive than the design document ones. This is a bit more hands-on. Go ahead, Villain.
I'm just saying, to be fair, there's a lot when you're starting these games. The learning curve is pretty steep, especially even just key bindings on the ship.
I learned my key bindings on day 1. How dare you?
Just basically, when you buy STAR-CXVZ for the first time, you want to set a clock for the next day, 5 o'clock in the morning, wake up, and then play it very early, because it's going to take you half the day to understand all the controls and everything.
And Jinx, if you can't read, you can watch. It's perfect. It's great. It's fantastic. But yeah, so the tutorial is very limited in the game. The tutorial at the moment in the game is also not perfect. So here is the tutorial structure. So when you log in, you'll wake up in your room, and the first thing it'll do is it'll tell you how to interact with the world. That's equipping your helmet, drinking food, and it gives you that kind of quick, like, look, you need to wear a helmet and you need to eat. 2 main things you need to remember. Do those things and you'll be fine. All right? That's the first thing
I usually remember 50% of them. The helmet thing is just sometimes
optional gameplay. You don't need a helmet. The next thing it teaches you is navigation. That's doors, elevators, and maps. It says, go to the door, go to the elevator, go to this map, explore the area. Then it goes, now you need to go buy something at the shop. It shows you where the shop is. You go to the shop, you go to the kiosk, and buy stuff, right? Then it's inventory, takes you to a kiosk, shows you how to equip stuff. Then it's planetary transit, says go to this station, get on a tram, go to the hangars. And then it's hangar location and ship delivery, teaches you how to do that. Teaches you, just says go to this screen, poke things until your ship arrives. There's no like on-screen kind of like click this button or anything like that, like other games might do. And the ship takeoff and flight. It's like a kind of instructing you how to fly, but not really. I'll address that in a second. There's an adjustment period where you've got these markers that you have to fly to, and it just gives the player an opportunity to kind of get used to flying the ship, which I think is a really good move, because I think the way that the mouse drag system works is a bit of a shock when you first encounter it for some players. I don't know if you guys would agree with that. It takes a bit of getting used to, because when someone starts playing for the first time, they'll be kind of going all over.
Yeah, you're going to lose your crosshair for a second.
Especially taking off first.
After you've had this adjustment period, it teaches you how to quantum travel. And then it teaches you how to arrive at well, actually, no, it doesn't. There's the station arrival. It doesn't teach you how to arrive at the station. My biggest critique is that it needs to, because everybody starts this game, crashes into the bloody station.
Slow down.
Then there's ship storage, which is just how to store your ship. And then that's the tutorial finished. You gain access to your ship and you carry on. And then your journey begins, and this becomes your story, basically. Just absorb that meme, because it is the truth. If you did push-ups for every time they said they fixed something, you would be buff. But I think at this point, you're still lost, because it doesn't teach you anything about contracts. It doesn't teach you anything about earning money.
So there's a couple other things. One, it doesn't teach you how to fix any kind of part on your ship. Doesn't tell you can swap the items in and out as well to unplug the ports and stuff like that. How you can change equipment when you send the ship down. There's a lot of stuff missing, basically.
Yeah.
Especially crafting going to come out as well, so they need to add crafting maybe on top of that as well.
Crafting, I don't think needs as much of a tutorial. It maybe should have a tutorial on the MFD of the crafter, like a quick. This is this.
The first
this
time
is
you
this.
boot it up, you know.
Or you
That
could have just, like, when you get the ship, you get the hangar first time, and you've got this one specific one, and tells you, oh, you've got the ship, but it's missing this part. So go here, craft it, beep, 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 print it out, and then move it, put it in, kind of thing. So now you can fly because it's working.
I think a tutorial system that would work for Star Citizen, that works for Elite Dangerous, is separating these tutorials from the main game and having them in Arena Commander. Because that's very doable. You just have, because all you would need to do is just have scenarios set up. You don't even need to have the full game booted up. So, and that means they're compartmented, which means that you can interact with whatever gameplay you want to in the tutorial without having to do the entire thing altogether. So there could be one called Introduction to Flight from Ground to Station, which could be just the tutorial that's in the game now, right? So you start on the ground, you go to your hangar, you fly to the station, and you store the ship. That's just the end. And in that, it has a more curated and more gamified tutorial to make it easy to understand. Because right now, the tutorial windows that come up are on the side, and when you watch new players play the game on YouTube, they always miss them. They never read it because it's just this small box that appears on the right-hand side.
And yeah, I like it because you can add, like, you just completed this tutorial, get 10,000 credits when you started, kind of thing.
Exactly.
And the other thing, just before you put it up, you can have actually maybe like a clip video, so whoever's trainer, so he actually maybe shows up on the screen and he just trying to walk you through maybe some kind of 3D modeling kind of thing on top of it as well, to make it easier for them to grip it faster, kind of thing.
Alternatively, when they bring sim pods back into the game, just so they can keep it immersive for themselves, because on OCIG they want it to be this game without loading screens, which is great, respect. But if you bring sim pods back in, you could have a sim pod shop in any town center or any kind of like lobby area near the hotel. And your tutorial in-game could just be, for instructions, for tutorials, go to the SimPod shop or the SimPod room in the lobby, right? And so you go downstairs, and it should be a very obvious shop. It's very easy to see for all players. And you see it and you say, okay, I don't know how to play this game. I'm going to go to the SimPod. And that's an in-law reason to use a SimPod. It's an in-game but not gamified way of training people how to play the game. And you could have multiple programs, like if it were an Arena Commander, which basically that's what the SimPod is. It's Arena Commander. And that way it doesn't break lore, it doesn't break immersion, and it still allows the developers to teach and train players how to play the game without breaking immersion.
Yeah, okay, yeah, would make sense.
I think that would be the peak way of doing it, like the Star Citizen way. Don't know if you guys have any other ideas or any adjustments to that.
Which I like this, but I like it would be easier to do it just in menus at the moment.
Yeah,
And
sure.
make it working first, easy, before they're gonna start sprinkle the fancy stuff they usually do later on.
No, they should definitely put it in just the arena commander for now. They should
Yeah.
but keep it there for now. But when they bring sim pods in, that could be the end game of that
Yeah, yeah.
development. Is bringing it into a more immersive style of tutorial without making it untenable as a tutorial as it is now. It's not great right now.
Yeah.
No, it is not. I won't try it.
Would you guys
Yeah.
add anything extra to it?
We spoke about having some tutorials embedded in in-game missions, didn't we?
Yes.
Oh, like the starting mission, yeah.
Yeah.
For like mining and
have it as a repeatable mission, so that if someone hasn't done it in a while, they can come back and initiate it again.
Come back and get retaught, if they're a little bit rusty.
So that
yeah,
I feel like it should. I feel like that's the direction they should go when it comes to other tutorials. I feel like there should be the baseline tutorial like they have here, and then anything, because this game has a lot of depth, way too much depth. So
well, not too much, Maddie. Careful with your words. Not too much depth.
All the depth.
No, we want all the depth, all of it, all of it.
Yes, we want all the depth. So
you.
because because that's their scope, when they're making this game, they have to like split it, like you're saying, into beginner missions, into just like first time interactions with something. There can be like a quick tip tutorial that pops up. Maybe it's not a mission, maybe it's just like some tips that pop up that show you how to use it. And that's like a little tutorial. Like for the crafting machine, you boot it up the first time, it pops up this little quick tip how to use the fabricator. Same thing the first time you boot up the base building drones, it gives you a little run through. Maybe it's someone does like a voice recording and it's like an automated voice just explaining to you how to use the system, and then it gives you a little a tips guide, like how when it shows your controls on the side.
Yeah.
Something of that sorts.
So just to add to what you're saying, Maddie, this is the current kind of setup for the crafting machine. Oh no, hold on. It's not like that. It's like that. It has a menu here. And it has one here. And one here. Maybe I'm being a bit too detailed. But like Maddie said, the first time you open up the crafting screen, it actually shows up blank, and it does have a little arrow saying to please select a tab to the left to start crafting. So that's good, but like it could be a more curated experience. Maybe it has that arrow. It says now please choose, instead of a tab to the left, it could say please choose the crafting tab to your left. You open the crafting tab and it says, maybe on the screen, again, not too gamified, but this could be a tutorial from the company in the game, and says, here you have your, hold on, got it. I need to set that right. So here you've got your, go away, I haven't locked anything.
It's ruined.
Yeah, so here you have your blah, blah, blah. Here you have your categories. On the left, this is your blueprints. On the right, this is where you would select your crafting materials. And below are the blueprints and categories of blueprints. And then you pick on.
It'd just be like this little pop out that would come up every time you click on something to explain to you what it is and what it and like something like that source.
Yeah, and then after you've completed that first tab, before you're allowed to craft, it says now click on this tab. This is for dismantling. You can dismantle base and tiered items here. This is displayed here. This is this here. I've actually forgotten what this tab is. Do you remember, guys?
I think it's all your copies. You can copy if you dismantled something already or crafted something with specific maximum kind of quality. You can just press it. You want exactly the same copy of the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, you could have. So there could be 3 types of tutorials. So you've got your basics, which could be in the Arena Commander /Simpod, which are just flight, FPS, scanning, engineering, that kind of thing. Just the your core gameplay features. And then you could have in mission tutorials, which teach you the knowledge behind the career. So you know the controls, but when you do a salvage mission, the first mission says, look, this is what you're looking for. This is how to identify valuable materials. These are extra things you can do to make more money, right? So you got your knowledge tutorials within the game universe itself. And then
that would be good.
with items, with interactable screens that are from companies in the game, because this is where it would make sense in lore, is the company has a first time boot up tutorial, and you can say, yes, I want the tutorial, or no. And if you press yes, it takes you through it on the screen of the item. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because that would address, I think, all areas of the game, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. It would.
Unless you can think of something that doesn't quite address.
No, it works. I'm just thinking, like, combat-wise, maybe like tutorial for combat, how to light fighters
Point
or
and
something like
shoot.
that.
I think that
But-
would
Get it
be one
done.
of the ones in the Arena Commander.
Yes. Those will all be like sim pod things.
Yeah.
They have a couple ways that they can handle all the tutorials to explain people how to play, and then just give a baseline tutorial that just gives you your normal movement, interaction, stuff like that. They need to incorporate something that explains your Moby Glass in depth, because I think that's the biggest thing. Like, people open up the Moby Glass, they're like, what are all these tabs? What is all this stuff?
Well, that would be this
You
boot
know?
up screen thing we just spoke about, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You turn your Moby Glass on for the first time, and it's just like this little highlight that just comes up and says, and it doesn't even have to highlight everything. It just says, look, this is the main 4 tabs that you're going to need right now.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
the
need
journal
Yeah.
and wallet,
Contact.
all contact,
wallet.
Yeah.
most important ones.
the wallet. That's going to be empty for maybe 10 hours of gameplay, but then it's going to be really important.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think I don't know. There's not really much else to say. I mean, the tutorial right now is fine; it's serviceable, but there's just so many holes in it, and really with a game with so much depth, so many controls, so many things.
There
for a
should be
solo-
one other.
Yeah.
So one other thing, how to fix and avoid bugs tutorial as well.
They have that already. It's called YouTube.
Yeah.
That's
It's all good, man. All good. Don't worry. They thought of that.
the only other thing
They
you need
thought
to know
of
for
that.
the game.
Look, watch video tutorials. The list of all the creators that aren't Star Citizen on the right.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna have as display our ideas here, but it just felt more dynamic to talk about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of things. I was quite happy with our discussion around the armor, because this is massive, and the
It is.
implications of it are huge.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, go ahead. I wasn't saying anything useful.
I know, just saying, I think the change for armor and scanning, it's bigger than anything else in this patch.
Yeah. Scanning is actually quite exciting in terms of long range scanning. I really want to see how that takes form
Me
in the
too.
game, and the difference between close range signatures and long range signatures, because there should be some difference.
Yeah, I want to
'Cause
see how it's going to change my mining exploration, how fast I find minables.
I think the
in a sense.
scanning is going to be the strength of scanning is going to be very related to its angle, because you can change your ping angle.
Yep.
And because it already is, if you reduce your ping angle, the more accurately you can detect.
That's how I'd be zoning in on a
signatures.
bunch of minerals.
Yeah.
Certain types too.
So in terms of long range scanning in the future, I feel like the angle of scanning and the range will differ depending on the radar. So maybe a Carrack can fine tune its angle to maybe 10 degrees. And obviously over a long range, 10 degrees is a very wide angle, right?
Yeah.
But maybe a Gladius only has the ability to reduce the angle of its ping to 60. And so it vastly reduces the range at which it can scan. And then the Carrack obviously has a superior scanning range in general anyway, but it maximizes its scanning range because of the angle it can scan for with its ping. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I'm excited to see where that goes.
Me too, man. I'm there with you, Mormon.
Can't wait.
It's going to take some getting used to with the new scanning ranges, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only thing with the scanning, I know they're gonna fix it. I know that this is just a test. But giving
Yikes.
extra pip, I don't think should be just like extra 100 meters. It should be like more, like 200 or something.
I think that
It's like
scales with the size of ship.
Oh, maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
Because that example was for a light fighter, I think. Let me just... yes, here. So, assigned power now directly affects aim assist. This applies to both weapon aim assist and ESP. For example, assigning 2 points on your size 1 radar, so light fighters, would set aim assist at 910, while assigning 5 points would increase to 1105. This is light fighters specifically. I imagine that number scales per ship size, per radar size, rather. So it's not going to be like that for a size 2. The difference might be more like, if we're keeping the number the same, 910 to 1900. And then a size 3 might be 910 to 2.5, that kind of thing. So the range scales with the size. I'm guessing. We haven't tested it.
Yeah.
But maybe we
But
can.
the other thing I was thinking, because if you're like flying a light fighter around something else and you close because you want to stay close to bigger ship, maybe, so you reduce the power pips to your radar. You've got maybe just 1 because you close, and then you don't see his friends coming in from further out because your radar is not powerful at the moment. That would be cool as well.
Well, just to clarify as well, that the 910 to 1105 is not your radar range; it's your auto aim range.
Pip. Yeah.
Just wanted, because I don't want to confuse people. Unless that made it worse, in which case I apologize. But maybe we should do like a little group test of radars, test eclipses versus whatever, and see. We can film it and put it on the channel. But I think that brings us to the end of our podcast today. We've covered a lot, and there are a lot of exciting changes. So live next week, most likely. So if you haven't played the PTU and you're just rearing to go, get ready, because it's coming soon. But thank you very much.
Finish your Alliance Aid thing.
Yes, Alliance Aid finishes on the 17th. So you need to get it all done by then. Right. Well, thank you everyone for coming. If you haven't followed, liked, or subscribed, please do. We do appreciate any support that you can give. We'll be doing a gameplay stream tomorrow at 6:30 UK time in the evening. Not AM. We're not crazy. And we'll see you there. If you want to join us in the game, feel free to let us know on stream. We'll just see if we can get you in the voice chat with us, and you can play with us. We're always looking for more people to play with. But
we'll catch you then.
You didn't like my statistical analysis, Jinx, of the armor? I put so much effort into that. But yeah, thanks very much, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.